gone for it on that fourth down, or would you have kicked the field goal?
Field goal. That was so dumb. Just put points on the board. You're choking them to death for 4 quarters. They're not going to drive the length of the field. And if they tie it, then y'all are still tied. Because if you don't make that fourth, you're tied. Like it would. I think he's playing with house money right now and trying to prove something, but that was a very dumb decision.
How about this? Speaking of trying to prove something, you're hired because you think unlike any other head coach. You act unlike any other head coach. You're creative. You're a new breed of head coach. He's one of the few, I think, who goes for it in that situation. He's one of the few. And is he saying to himself, you know what? We've got 3 wins on the season. We're not going anywhere. We're in Spain. I don't want overtime. We killed Mario Cristobal for playing for overtime in that SMU game, right? And Mike McDaniel thinking to himself, I'm not playing for overtime. It would have given them, what, a minute and a half to get into field goal range to
Yeah, so there was exactly a minute 44 left on
so
the
they
clock.
kicked the field goal. You're giving Washington a minute and a half just to get a field goal to tie the game. And I wonder if Mike McDaniel's thinking to himself, you know what? I'm going to be criticized as a 3-win team being 1 yard away from really putting this thing on ice because they're not in a minute and a half with Marcus Mariota going all the way downfield and scoring a touchdown. Ain't happening. We've watched them today. It ain't happening. So let me just salt it away here. Now, it didn't work.
Yes.
And like Clay said, today would have been a completely different show if they didn't come out of there with a dub. But could you justify it, thinking it that way with Mike McDaniel, that, hey, you know what? We're overseas. The eyes of the football world are watching because it's the only game on. Let me hammer this ball into the end zone, and we'll get out of here with a dub. And we did it like men. We didn't kick a field goal, and let's get out of here.
I can totally see what you're saying and him that to be in his mind. If they were 7-3, not 3-7, he kicks that field goal. He kicks the field goal. We're proving we're gonna, I'm gonna stop them. So the same thought of
every win counts at 7-3 because you're in a tough division.
Yeah. So like I said, it's 4-7 or 3-8. Who cares? I think it's more on the line. But to be honest, Dan Campbell, he goes for it a lot, and it bit him in the butt against the Eagles last night.
Yep.
Because he got stopped on the goal line twice, I believe.
But he's the man's man coach that everybody wants. It. Dan Campbell says we go for it. We bite ankles. We go for it. If we're that close to the goal line, we're going to go for it. I just wonder. I'm not telling you that I would have made that call. I was out of my mind crazed that they were going for it. I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it. It hadn't even really entered my consciousness that they were actually going to go for it.
And I'll tell you another thing, too. If it's a 34-34 game, go for the touchdown because y'all's offenses are eating.
Right.
You're sitting at 13-13. Y'all ain't getting it. Before that Devon Achane pass that got you your money, Tua was, 13 of 19 for 150 yards? Like, they're not doing crap on offense.
Not only that, I like a coach that says, I trust my team. I think he was sending his team a message. We talk about how he hasn't lost the locker room. Hey, I trust you guys. Go make this play. Offensive line, everybody's bleeping on you all season. I trust you. Go make this play. But he has to know his offensive line's not capable of making that play. We all know it. If the Dolphins' offensive line this season was more productive in that short yardage situation, I would say I like the decision. They're not good at converting those plays. Historically, in the Mike McDaniel era, they're the worst team at converting fourth and short plays. I mean, that's a fact. So I didn't like it because of that. If it was a different situation and you've shown that you've been able to convert that play, I'm with you. You trust your team. You say, we're going to go win the game because I like that mentality.
If you're Philly, you've got the tush push. It never fails, except last night when it failed.
But the Dolphins can't make that play. And even earlier in the game, They failed to convert that type of play. It was silly. Like I'm cool with saying, hey, this guy's got nothing to lose. They're throwing the kitchen sink at him. That was dumb. And even though it worked out, it was dumb.
Do you know what play would have waltzed into the end zone untouched?
And it would have cashed my half yard over for that play.
I agree with you.
I mean, literally, if you've got Tua naked boots somewhere on the play call sheet, that was the situation that you are waiting for.
Yep.
There is no one on earth that thinks there's going to be a naked bootleg for Tua in that situation. He waltzes into the end zone untouched.
He'd have ran all the way to the oldest restaurant in the world.
Sign
really
Tim Tebow for the jump pass or something. Like, do something.
Or how about run a wildcat? Like, line Tua up to the outside. Now, again, this borders, though, where people go, oh, you got cutesy when you just need to jam it up the middle. Like, people always like to play the other side if it doesn't work. But if they broke the huddle, Tua lines up wide at wide receiver. Ollie Gordon and Devon Achane are back there. One of them is going to get the snap. You don't know what's going on. Maybe something like that.
No, because they yesterday, I think they did this, but maybe not. Just bring in Brunskill. You know how they're doing this, the extra offensive lineman?
Yep.
Instead of putting him on the actual offensive line, let Greg Dulcich line up as your 6th offensive lineman and just put Brunskill as the fullback. And direct snap it to Ollie Gordon or to Devon Achane, whoever. Jalen Wright, I don't care. And just set up a formation where the quarterback's out of the effing picture. Tua's literally, if they're not even going to do the naked boot there, Hawk,
they will never.
Okay.
Right. They will never.
Then having a wildcat formation with Tua on the field is worthless because you know he's not getting the ball. He's not even a decoy. They're not putting him in a situation to be reckless, which is what the wildcat does with a quarterback out in the open field.
No, but I would put him out wide, and then have him run sideways.
But he's
out
not
of bounds.
He's not a decoy.
But that'll shake it up.
They don't even have to put somebody over there.
But people can't even believe what they're seeing, and it just they start looking. You freeze the defense because he runs right to the sideline.
Crowder, put Alec Ingold, put Devon Achane or Ollie Gordon, and put Brunskill all lined up next to one another, and just have those two lead. And at the very least, you have 2 guys who are going to put their heads and their face masks into people in front of them because the offensive line can't create any push at the line of scrimmage.
On one of those, on the goal, that goal last out one before when Kinlaw slapped Julian Hill in the side of the head and just grabbed Achane and his whole head was wrapped up in the guy's bicep. Why are you putting the ball behind the tight end? To your point. Put Brunskill there. Put some big dudes on big dudes because they could not block Kinlaw on short yardage. But knowing defenses, guys, and I know it sounds crazy and y'all were BSing, if Tua goes and lines up at wide receiver, a human being from the other defense has to go out there with him. They have to. You cannot leave a dude standing there by himself.
It's true. And then watch what happens when he runs straight for the sideline. That guy, that guy's out of the game.
Crowder, Andy Reid could cover Tua Tagovailoa as a receiver. Andy Reid could cover him.
Solano. So now Andy's at corner, and you only have 10 guys in the box on my 10 guys. I think I want to win that battle.
Man, look at what RC is wearing. And where are they tonight?
They're in Las Vegas.
That's right. Vegas and Dallas tonight. RC is wearing, looks like a leather sport coat. I don't know if that's a long coat or a sport coat, but it is leather. I got to that. They'll go back to him after the commercial.
Dressed like Catwoman?
It kind of. Kind of.
Hey, Huck, did you see people defending that play yesterday? Because I see some people in the chat
Joe Shad did an entire column defending the play.
I don't understand it. And look, I genuinely like aggressiveness.
Because
it's
that's
stupid.
But that's the thing. Well, it's not stupid. I mean, even someone in the chat was saying they're 13 of 13 in scoring situations I think this season, scoring situations when it's something and goal, first and goal or whatever. I think they're 13 of 13 this year. So based on percentages, but you have a pretty good chance of getting that ball in the end zone. The only thing that I would take issue with was the actual play call, because that's really the only thing that they're going to go out there and try to defend, right? I think Washington at that point is saying, all right, if they run it up the middle, that's where we're going to defend it. If they get cutesy and they beat us in some cutesy fashion, the Philly or whatever, well, what are you going to do? So I would take issue with the play call more than the decision. Again, I put points on the board in that situation, but also I understand where Mike McDaniel is coming from. He's a guy who has shown you time and time again. He leans towards going for it in most situations. And as Crowder said, there's RC's jacket. He's got like a bolo tie from like 2025, though. It doesn't look like an old, Native American bolo tie. It looks more like a Star Trek bolo tie. And he's got a leather jacket on. You got to see this outfit, man. And it's 3:15 in the afternoon. So it's what, 12:15 there in Vegas?
12:15.
Like, this isn't his prime time outfit. This is just something he threw on for the afternoon.
This is the warm up, the tracksuit.
This is something he just threw on for the afternoon.
He's changing for the game tonight.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I just say, as Mike McDaniel, a guy who's known to go for it, and believes, as Crowder said, in his team. And maybe that is another way to show the locker room, like, hey, I've still got your back because you've got my back, and let's go out there and do this thing. Like, but if that doesn't work and Washington does go kick a field goal or even wins it in overtime.
Well, they're lucky that Matt Gay sucks.
Understood. I'm saying
lucky. He doesn't have Riley Patterson range.
If it doesn't turn out the way that it turns out, it is possible that Mike McDaniel loses his job after that game because there's a bye week. Like, it is possible that the decision is considered at that point to be so egregiously dumb that he doesn't even get to coach another game.
Which is why I don't understand it. And by the way, the AP put this out yesterday. That was only the second time since 2000 that a team went for it instead of kicking a field goal on 4th and goal from the 1 with the score tied inside of 2 minutes.
But that's why you hired Mike McDaniel.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
A guy who thinks outside the box. Remember the offense he was running with Deebo Samuel? It was like, this guy thinks outside the box. He doesn't run offenses like others, and so ostensibly he won't run a team like others. He's a new age guy. I'm telling you, this is why he was hired.
Outside the box, that's dumb. Outside the box is the shovel passes. Outside the box is the no-look stuff that he was throwing to Tyreek a couple years ago. That's what we hired him. We didn't hire him to make bad football decisions, Hawk. That was a bad football decision. For Solana to say that we talk about the Andy Reids, we talk about the Belichicks, we talk about the Harbaughs, we talk about the respected Hall of Fame coaches. For them to never make that decision and him to make it is not outside the box, Hawk. It's silly. It's just damn silly.
Or their P words.
Professionals.
All right, let's do headlines here so we can talk some more Dolphins and Canes and give away some Heat Warriors tickets this hour as well. Headlines brought to you by Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
You guys saw who was on the elevator today?
It was HN, yeah?
No. Who?
Jack Jones.
Oh, it was Jack Jones? Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
Huge, man. That was huge.
Yeah.
It was my guy.
Hey, since when did Country Roads become the
anthem
for NFL fans outside the United States?
Seems to be an international anthem. They use it a lot at NHL games as well. NHL outdoor games always does a Country Roads.
I'm not complaining, by the way.
Yeah.
Love that song. That might be my go-to karaoke song currently. It changes. It varies.
Yeah.
But when did that get adopted by the international fan base?
I don't know. It's a good sing-along song. Very American. Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads.
Those are the real words?
Yeah. I think Yeah.
Well, you got it.
West
back to the
Virginia.
beginning, but yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Take me home, country
No,
roads.
It's
Country
country
roads,
roads. Take
me home. Yeah, you're right.
It says West Virginia Mountain Mama.
Yeah.
Like a woman in West Virginia.
I don't know. However you define a mountain mama. I don't know.
I've never listened to the words. I heard that.
I don't think about lyrics at all. I just sing them.
That's America's anthem in Spain.
Well, everywhere,
man.
all the
international
London games, they sing that song. Like every time there's an international NFL game, that song goes viral. Like people posting the video of the entire crowd singing.
Let's give it to DBJ. There's 2 games left.
I think we have.
We have?
Yeah, I mean, we'll give it to him again. Who cares?
All right.
I think we should go with apple bottom jeans.
Take me apple bottom jeans, the flurb with the derb.
I think that's a catchier song.
How about the game balls, gentlemen? And I get it. You guys have to keep your agenda moving here, your narrative moving.
No, Riley Patterson deserved a game ball.
Well, no, but I mean, it's 3:20. We've done an hour and 20 minutes of the show yet. Neither of you have mentioned the MVP from last night's game or yesterday's game.
He wasn't the MVP.
In Riley Patterson. He was the MVP.
He was not the MVP.
I mean, it's not even close.
Devon Achane was the MVP by a mile. As always, they couldn't even kick a 1-yard field goal because they didn't trust Riley Patterson.
I mean, he hit the game-winning field goal and had more points than anybody else.
He's been a baller. He has. There's no question. You got your pickleball championship. You got Riley Patterson. I mean, you got a couple that you can lean on for the next couple of months.
Rolling, Solano.